NFL Week 2 winners and losers made possible by Magic Spoon. Only winners get Magic Spoon cereal. But you can be a winner by getting $5 off when you go to magicspoon.com/chat. That link, by the way, will be in the comments section and it'll be in the description. So we'll go with some winners and losers. First up, the winner. Let's start positive. Lamar Jackson overall. Now, I think getting a win over the Chiefs is a big deal for Lamar and Baltimore. Now, he was not perfect in this game. 2 fairly bad INTs, but he was 18 of 26 for 239. But I don't think it's fair to try to discount somebody if they're very good on the ground as well. Lamar Jackson, folks, chipped in 107 yards on the ground. In total, he had 346 yards of offense. Lamar being the dynamic threat is exactly what the Ravens need. He still has room to grow as a passer. I will not argue that. But for what he's able to do, we have seen what the Ravens offense looked like with Joe Flacco and what it looks like with Lamar at the helm. It's a very different scheme, even if I don't love the passing game with Greg Roman. So what I want you guys to do is rank Lamar Jackson for me right now in the comments among NFL QBs. He's not number 1. He ain't number 32 either. So get your votes in. Let me know what you guys think. If I'm mentioning Lamar Jackson, I got to mention Tyrann Mathieu, right? 2 interceptions. He missed week 1 due to some COVID stuff. 3 pass breakups. Had a pick 6 as well. Honey Badger don't care. He is an incredible football player. A fantastic showing out of Mathieu. However, it wasn't even the best showing among safeties in week 1. How about the play of Mike Edwards, the safety for the Buccaneers out of Kentucky, still young, only 4 tackles, the same touchdown or interceptions and pass breakups, but instead of 1 pick 6, Mike Edwards had 2 of them. He even got flagged for a BS taunting call on one of them. I don't care. Edwards had a big-time game. 2 pick 6s is very rare. He deserves a winner on this list. But there are a lot of players who deserved winners this week, and I try to focus more on teams and players who we didn't mention, at least players-wise, in week 1. So who do you think was the biggest NFL winner in week 2? Get your votes in for me in the comment section. This is the pinned comments. If you get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down and let me know. I think a good name, Derek Carr. He missed some throws against the Ravens, was much better, though, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers took away Darren Waller, didn't matter. 28 of 37, 382 yards, 2 touchdowns, a scary non-injury, and a QBR just under 80. Derek Carr, if he keeps this up, unquestionably will be in the MVP conversation. Sam Darnold next up here. He might be in the comeback player of the year combo, although still think Dak Prescott's the favorite because of the storyline around it. Against admittedly a rather decimated Saints defense, down multiple starters at all different tiers of defense. Some D-line guys out, missing their starting weak side linebacker, 2 of them actually. 2 of their top linebackers, their top 3 were out. Missing their number 1 corner, Marshawn Lattimore. Darnold has played well through 2 games, including against the Saints. The Saints shut down Green Bay. They did not shut down Sam Darnold, so tip my cap to Darnold for a very strong week 2 showing. Of course, the real question is Darnold's future in Carolina. Is he the answer for the Panthers? Type A for yes, or type B for they might want to look at a backup option in Carolina. Let's hit some receivers now. How about Cooper Kupp? He and Matthew Stafford clicking. Kupp against the Colts, 9 catches, 163 yards, and 2 scores. That's pretty damn great production for a player who has played inside, outside, and the Colts had no answer for in the Rams' Week 2 win. Not that far behind him yards and catches-wise. 9 catches, 159 yards. No scores for Courtland Sutton, but coming off the injury, no Jerry Jeudy, Sutton stepped up in very impressive fashion. 1 more touchdowns, but for a young receiver, that's exactly the level of production the Broncos want long-term. Yeah, it was a bad team, but you know what? I'm not going to ding him too much there. Thought he played quite well in Week 2. Today's show, as I mentioned, made possible by Magic Spoon. Only for the winners, or at least if you want to win. Get $5 off your first order. Now, this stuff is high in protein. It's 13 or 14 grams in every bowl. The peanut butter version has more protein, which, come on, that makes sense, right? It's also low in carbs. Only 4 grams of net carbs per bowl. That's pretty damn low. And despite having 0 sugar, this stuff tastes incredible. The Fruity is a dead ringer for Fruit Loops, but it's actually healthy for you. It is the perfect blend of health and taste. If you're like me, you stopped eating breakfast, right? Because the healthy stuff didn't taste good. The tasty stuff wasn't healthy for you, and you already built enough of a dad bod. Magic Spoon helps find that perfect blend. So get $5 off your first order when you go to magicspoon.com/chat. Next up, rookie receiver Rondale Moore. Fun fact here that doesn't really matter, but still. Kyler Murray, 5'10", Rondale Moore at 5'7", is the shortest combination of height on a quarterback to teammate touchdown pass since 1955. Somebody named George Shaw and Buddy Young, who was 5'4". What? Okay, you don't know him, Jeremy. Nice try. That's the shortest touchdown in 1955, which is kind of crazy, right? Moore was impressive, though. 7 for 114, 1 score. The Cardinals don't move receivers around, so Moore had a pretty favorable matchup, but he was impressive in Week 2. So, too, was Tony Pollard, the number 2 back for the Dallas Cowboys, who outplayed Zeke Elliott. 13 carries, 109, 1 touchdown, plus 31 yards through the air. Look, it is a thunder lightning type of situation where Pollard is more of the change of pace back. He almost touched the ball every time he was on the field against the Chargers, which I think was some audibling involved there as well. But the buzz is, should Tony Pollard be the number 1 back for the Dallas Cowboys? I'm not sure I'm there yet, but I want to hear from you guys. Who do you want as the lead back in Dallas? Who's better? Who do you want as the featured player? Type EE for Ezekiel Elliott, or type in TP for Tony Pollard. Now, the Chicago Bears secondary overall, not very good. Jaylon Johnson, however, damn good. He was targeted 7 times by the Cincinnati Bengals. He allowed 2 catches for a grand total of 9 yards. He broke up 4 passes, picked off a pass as well. He looks like one of the better young corners in the NFL. The Bears need him to emerge as that number 1 option. So far, very promising for Johnson, and even say a Trevon Diggs as well, another young former second-round pick. Now, if you guys want daily NFL and NBA videos all season long, all year long, all season and off season, hit that big red button and subscribe. I know that not everybody watching is subscribed, so let's change that. Join us for daily videos every single day. Now, the Seahawks lost, and we'll get to the Titans player in a minute, but when you put up 20 tackles, I don't know how I cannot include you as a winner. Bobby Wagner, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, couple quarterback hits, 20 tackles for Seattle. Absolutely insane, but it didn't matter in the end, because Derrick Henry, he went Derrick Henry. 35 carries for 182 on the ground, 3 touchdowns. Oh, by the way, caught 6 passes for 55 yards. Derrick Henry, I think, is the best back in football. No disrespect meant to like an Alvin Kamara or a McCaffrey or a Nick Chubb or whoever. I think Derrick Henry is the best back in football. What do you guys think? Get your votes in for me in the comment section. Type in 1 for yes, Derrick Henry is, or type in 0 for no, there's somebody else. And if you want to let me know who, that sounds great. Time now for the losers, because guess what? There are losers in life, and Zach Wilson, unsurprisingly, leads this list. 4 interceptions against the Patriots. Now, look, I get it. It's a Bill Belichick defense. He's tough on first-year quarterbacks. You want to allow Wilson to get through the growing pains, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it here. I'm not out on Zach Wilson, but 8.8 QBR. He was 19 of 33. There was a couple points in the game where he had more interceptions than completions. That's not good if you're the supposed savior of the New York Jets. Now, it is way too early to definitively call Zach Wilson a bust or a hit one way or the other. But what do you guys think? Will Zach Wilson be a bust for the Jets? Type in Y for yes or type in N for no. Another young quarterback, Davis Mills, and I almost put Jacob Eason on here because you could throw him in too. Tough situation for Mills. Coming in cold, Tyrod Taylor gets hurt against the Browns. Mills was not great. Some flashes, the touchdown, but he was 8 of 18 for 102, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. He's going to get more playing time with Tyrod Taylor hurt. Hopefully it's better moving forward. So focusing, of course, on players here more this week, who do you think was the biggest NFL loser in Week 2? I didn't pick any injured guys this week, but there are injuries everywhere, so any of those guys work out in the end. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Offensive line time now. Austin Jackson. He's not very good, guys. Allowed 6 hurries and 2 quarterback hits against the Buffalo Bills. That's a lot for a first-round pick. Admittedly coming back from his own bout with COVID and was raw coming out of USC. But Austin Jackson, he hasn't been that guy yet for Miami. And with a very young offensive line, the entire O-line, frankly, was a loser outside of maybe Liam Eichenberg, who replaced a very bad showing from Jesse Davis because he allowed Tua to get murdered on a play. I got concerned about that Dolphins O-line. They've invested plenty, a lot of picks, but not enough hits, at least for now. Next up, Brandon Aiyuk. On one hand, he was receiver number 2 for San Francisco. On the other, much to the chagrin of fantasy owners everywhere, 1 catch for 6 yards. That's not very much from a young quarterback. Was Jimmy G great? No, not really, but you need more out of Brandon Aiyuk moving forward. One last loser, that is Falcons punter. Yeah, we're talking about punters today, guys. Cameron Nizelek, who, it's the only photo we have. He does not have a photo on NFL.com nor ESPN. Allegedly is going to get cut. Now, he shanked 2 punts in the Falcons-Bucs game. Shanked them. There was a report that the Falcons were going to cut him. Now that's been redacted to, well, they're going to work players out, and then they'll see. I mean, I know what's going to happen at some point. Dude's getting cut, which is brutal to have a game so bad your team goes, all right, we got to find something else at the punter position. Big yikes, unfortunately.